So the other video was getting a little too long, so I didn't want to make it too long. But anyway, going back to interpreting your season or identifying the season that you are in. So for instance, I was talking about November, for instance. And you probably want to watch the last video before you get into this so you can have a better understanding of what I'm saying. So for instance, I talked about November, with November being a month of, Thanksgiving, a month of gratitude, a month of reflection, because guess what? The only way that you can reflect through something, truly be appreciative of something, or appreciate something, to be thankful, it forces you to reflect. It forces you to look back, so you can be grateful, or whatever you need to be grateful of. So going back into really why it's important to identify your season, because certain times, in certain times, y'all gotta excuse me, okay, because I be getting tripped up here and there, and then I'm still new to this, so I'm trying to adjust to my season, right? Because I'm in a new season now, because I'm like, I'm more of a director. I feel like I'm a behind the scenes type of gal, and it's like God trying to push me up front. It's like He want me to star in the movie instead of directing it, right? So that's just my analogy of, the season that I'm in. I'm coming from being a producer to being a director to actually being the star, my debut, okay? So y'all have to look over certain things, because like I said, I still feel like I'm really a behind the scenes type of girl. Like, I really don't want to be up front. I don't, because being up front comes with too much. Some people would love to be up front, but in order to do certain things, you have to, I guess, be up front, but some people would love it, but I'm not the type of upfront type of gal. I'd rather be behind the scenes, you know what I mean? Directing from behind the scenes instead of having to be in front of the scenes. So it's something that God has really been dealing with me on. So like I talked about, in my previous video, learning how to adjust and learning how to shift, because when you don't know how to shift, you'll miss out on your blessings, and then you'll become the lesson. So I'm learning to obey and move when I need to move, and learn how to follow the unction, how to be led by the Spirit, and follow it, so I won't miss out on what I need to get, or so I can bless others. And a part of it too, I ain't even gonna lie, a part of it too, and I touched on about lessons learned. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. And also too, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see whenever I come on YouTube or I post a new video upload, then make sure you click that bell, that gray bell right beside the subscribe video. So getting back into it, the lessons. I just threw my whole stuff off, and lost train of thought. But anyway, when it comes to lessons, either you can get it the easy way, or you will be forced to get a lesson, and it will not be pretty at all. It will be harder, and it will be much more painful. So I'm learning to do what I need to do so I won't get no hard lessons, because not only that, you can try your best to see the things you need to see, and you still miss it, because at the end we all fall short. But at the same time, you have to be mindful of when you're about to become somebody else's lesson. So I'm learning to get away from hard-headed people, okay? Get away from disobedient people, because their lesson will become your lesson, and I ain't got time for that. I really don't, and I ain't trying to be nobody's sacrifice. I don't want to be nobody Isaac, okay? I don't want to have to die or be sacrificed for nobody because you missed it, because you didn't get it, or because you didn't see when you need to see. So back to the point, before y'all think I'm ranting. The whole point is learning how to shift with your season. So this is a new season for me or whatnot. So I'm learning how to better articulate the things that I am given. And of course, with practice and will come progression. You know, as I continue to do, I will get better, I'm sure. And things won't be so sketchy. So going back into identifying the season and why it's important to identify a season. So going back to the basics, seasons are basically it's like cheat sheets, okay? It's like a code, you know. Not only that, if you get the season that you're in, you're able to effectively maneuver through the roadblocks, the blockages, whatever the adversities, whatever you need to push past. Not only that, seasons are also portals, right? They're also openings in the earth at a certain particular time, and certain things require certain focus on. You know, your time, your energy, and your focus needs to be up on a certain thing in order to get to pass this season effectively. You know, it's almost like school, you know. Your ability to identify certain things will help your promotion, okay? When you're being tested during a season, whether you get it or not, if you pass that test, then you get promoted to another season, right? And the better you are in that season, the more you identify things, surely you're gonna pass the next season because you already identified all the things you need to identify in this season. So, like, you have seasons in the natural. You have the fall, which is what harvest. Excuse me. I'm sorry. You have harvest, right? It's a season of harvest, and every season can go different ways. Meaning that it can be good or bad. So it depends on how you, what you've done, the seeds that you've sown, the harvest that you would get out of a thing. So meaning if you sow good harvest, you're gonna reap good seeds, you're gonna reap a good harvest. If you sown bad seeds, then you probably gonna have some dead plants, and you're not gonna get much out of the harvest. Okay. So not only that, you have summer. Like I said, everybody's season is different. So identify your season. If you're in a summer type of season, you know, you might be hot. You might be real lit. You know, you might just be on fire, unstoppable, you know, a hot commodity. You know, everybody on you. You know, you the stuff. You know, your season might be super lit. You might be in your happy season, you know, with promotions and, you know, rewards and all that good stuff. And you have winter, right? And winter is, you know, everybody knows, you know, just like in the physical, it's a cold season. And a lot of times this season is more so of you waiting. It's a waiting period. You know, not only that, it's a season that you're waiting on a breakthrough. You're waiting for something to occur. Then you have another season. You have spring. So your spring might look like you blossoming, you growing, you on the up, you on the come up. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just know your season. It's different seasons. Everybody's seasons are going to be different. So, for instance, we're in what I think we just crossed over to winter. We just got out of fall. So, some people, you know, just because you in winter, you know, don't mean they in winter. You know, it ain't winter for everybody. You know, because some people are in their summer and they are lit, okay? Super lit. You know, you got some people in their spring and they blossoming, you know. So, like I said, knowing your season, and when you understand your season, you will be able to maneuver more effectively. And when you understand that seasons change, you won't get so caught up in disappointment. and being negative or getting caught up into negativity, because you should understand that your season change. And it's also ability too to stay humble, because everybody's season change. And just because you're on the up and up now don't mean you won't see winter, because you will see all seasons. You will see them. You'll always see them. And sometimes you'll go through them and people never know you're going through them. You know, so seasons, people's seasons, some are visible and some are invisible. You know, so be mindful of that, because you never know what a person's going through. Or you just never know. You know, and sometimes you can have the ability to help people break through their winter, to come out of their season. You know, whether it's depression, anxiety, whatever they got. So it works differently on the higher scale and on the lower scale. So when you understand things on a smaller scale, then you can wane that thing on a larger scale. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to kind of help you out with identifying the different seasons and stuff or whatnot. Because it can, like I said, it can be tricky, and it can confuse you if you're not familiar with different seasons and whatnot. And like I said, that's what I'm just big on trying to understand what season I'm in, because I need all the blueprints, all the cheat sheets that I need, so I can know what's going on, so I can be able to adapt to whatever time that I need to adapt to, or so I can be able to get through a portal that I need to get through, to catapult me into the next season I need to be into. So with that being said, November is also the 11th month. 11 is transition. So a lot of people are probably going through transitions at this point. You know, things probably kind of not grounded this month. It's probably a lot of movement going on, a lot of movement of the mind. You know, a lot of things are not stable. You know, so that can happen too. But the good thing about it is when you tap into your season and understand why is it that you're feeling like that, and you go back into, like I said, reflecting, then you're able to pull yourself out of whatever the negative part whatever will hold you negatively. Because like I said, it has pros and cons to every season, okay? Everything. And you have to be able to, like I said, adapt and be able to push through certain things, adversities, so you won't get stuck or hung up on certain things. Because like I said, you got another season coming. So you can't get so hung up on the negative part of things. You need to, focus in on what you need to focus in on, so you can move with ease, okay? So another key example before I just end the video, like October for one. October is the 10th month, right? Which means it's about rules and laws. Not only that, October is also, it used to be the 8th month before, I want to say Julius Caesar or whoever it was, the Mayans. Y'all have to look into that deeper. But anyway, like octagon, octopus, 8. They have 8 sides to it, 8 legs. That's where October comes from, because it was originally the 8th month. So whatever that is attached to number 8 you will also have access to in that month, right? Meaning 8 is the sign of new beginnings, right? That's what it represents. So in October you have Halloween. So usually when it comes to Halloween, when it comes to this month, you have to deal with your fears. Not only that, things are being revealed. A lot of people wear a mask, right? So in that month, who they are gonna come out. The veil is very thin, especially in the spirit world. So a lot of things that you haven't seen in the rest of the year, you're gonna get to see in October if you haven't seen it. So a lot of confusion in that month, but with confusion comes clarity. So after you get past that confusion, you're gonna get to the clarity, to some clarity. So, like I said, everything has pros and cons, but you gotta get past that thing, you know. So that was just a light example. I hope that helped. We'll get into some more stuff later on. Y'all have a good one.